When you're solving absolute value equations, you want to make sure the absolute value is isolated on one side. So if it's not, when the problem begins, we want to do that as the first step. So for this example, we notice that there is a 6 that's in front. And so before we separate this into two equations with absolute values, what we want to do is first divide both sides by 6. So I'm going to write out the equation here and then divide both sides by 6. So we get the absolute value of y plus 12 is equal to 6. So that's the first step, divide both sides by 6. Now we have the absolute value that's isolated. We're ready to separate it into our two equations. So we have y plus 12 equals 6. We have y plus 12 equals negative 6. And then we're going to solve each of these individually. Just subtract 12 from both sides. We get y equals negative 6 as our first answer. And if we do the same thing over here, we're going to get y equals negative 18. So that would be your two answers, negative 6 and negative 18. Next, we'll do this one down below. Now this one, there is a plus 2 there. So that means that the absolute value is not isolated. So the first thing that we'll do here, so I'll write the problem out. What we want to do is subtract the 2 from both sides. So that's going to be my first step, subtract 2 from both sides. Again, the reason why we're doing this is because you need to have the absolute value isolated before you set that into I set it up with the two equations. Okay, so I have, this is an 11 right here, 11x minus 7, absolute value. So now we're going to do 11x minus 7 equals 2, and 11x minus 7 equals negative 2. So one positive and one negative. And add 7 to both sides. We get 11x equals 9. This time we will get a fraction. So we get 9/11ths as one answer. The other one, if I add 7 to both sides here, I get 11x equals 5. And so again, divide both sides by 11, and we'll get x is equal to 5/11ths.